all that goddamn smoke. Let me continue, man.
You are watching Jiggsillustrations. Enjoy.
Welcome to Jiggzy Linkup. Zah-Knee, man, how you doing?
Man, I'm blessed to be here. I'm super excited. Again, thank you so much for having me. And overall, like you said, I'm busy. I'm moving. But it's good, busy, and just overall, man, I'm just kind of taking in everything as I'm going through it. So yeah, like everything's just crazy, but again, it's healthy crazy.
Yeah, awesome, man. Awesome. Now, Zah-Knee, of course, I know a lot of people are like, who's this Zah-Knee? Who's this Zah-Knee? Because, of course, we know as someone coming up, well, I wouldn't say coming up because you're tight to me. I mean, when it comes to your flow and everything, your ability to really put in those notes and using your entendres and stuff like that. But for a lot of people still, they might want to get to know you. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, how did you get started with the hip hop? Because I think you said you started from college. Like, how did it really start for you?
So like I tell everybody, I'm naturally been known as a dancer, and hip hop, I've always listened to rap coming up. I love battle rap. My favorite battle rappers is Charlie Clips, Tay Rock, I forget the other guy named John and Don. Like all of them are fire to me. So watching them and listening to their bars, I was like, yo, I want to try this. I want to do this. And yes, I did start in college, right? Because I used lyrics of me reading my textbooks to study for exams. So
Awesome.
Just taking time to actually structure my writing came from that at school. But just overall hip hop, I've been listening to it all my life. Like my dad is a big hip hop fan. Of course, my bro Nova Soprano, a huge hip hop historian. That right, a history book on hip hop. Like that's how much he knows. So it's always been around. You know what I mean? And that's like really how it kind of started. But when I did the challenge on Watch the Yard, because I'm a Delta, shout out to my sorority. We in the building, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. When I got on Watch the Yard, I watched everybody's reaction. Granted, I wasn't doing it because I'm like, I can rap. I was doing it because my friend at the time was like, "Hey, you should try it. I know you play around, but like, you need to do this." And I was like, "I'll do it. Whatever." The reaction, such positive feedback. I was like,
awesome.
All right, let me go ahead. Let me do some more. So like that's like really what locked me in. Never been to a studio, never, understood what mechanical royalties were, what publishing was. I knew nothing about the industry. I just knew, I enjoyed music. You know what I mean? So yeah, kind of like how everything kind of got locked in.
I know you said about dancing. I've seen, listen, if you guys don't know, you better go and follow this lady here on Instagram. Man, she put on some dance move and stuff. You can tell that her first love was really dancing, because the things that I've been seeing you doing, I'll be like, yeah, she definitely was a dancer before, man. Who was your like inspirations? Like who was the ladies? And I know there's some ladies, I've known them, but I want for the audience to know who was those MCs that you looked up to in terms of hip hop?
Definitely. So everybody know, if you don't know me, well, know me now, it's definitely MC Light, Queen Latifah, Missy Elliott. A lot of these women are on the Queen's Melody mixtape that I got out. But even outside,
go and check it out.
Just overall entertainment wise, I love Michael Jackson, Beyonce, even Chris Brown. I just love, what I tell people when I perform, I aim to perform as if I'm watching myself. Right, I'm like, what would I want to see if I'm just, I'm coming to an event, I'm coming to watch, different people showcase their talent, and I try to portray as if I'm dancing to me, looking at me, you know what I mean, and I want to see the dancing. I want to see you stop, look at me, let's interact and let's move. So I aim to do that with every show that I give. So people want to feel like they're a part of something. And when you can make everyone feel included, it's like, yo, like I feel like I belong here, and that's what I aim to do every show. Make people feel like they belong, a part of Team Zah-Knee. So that's kind of like my goal.
Awesome. I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm learning, man. Now, there's something you mentioned that I don't hear a lot of hip hop artists say that that they did or was part of. You said college. Do you have like majors from out of college? Like,
so
well,
I have my bachelor's in social behavior sciences, and I have my master's in athletic
wow.
training. So I took the medical route because when I first started, I was like, I'm going to school to be a pediatrician because I know I love kids. I love the medicine.
Yeah.
I wanted to combine both. But my passion for sports kind of over jumped the actual medical route that I truly wanted, which is fine.
Yeah.
I said I play basketball as well, so that basketball route actually introduced me to athletic training because I got hurt, and when I tore my ACL, I never knew what it was. I'm sitting in this room and I'm like, who are you people? I only knew a physical therapist. I never was educated on what an athletic trainer was, and they are injury specialists, where we do exactly what physical therapists do, just at a quicker time pace, because we're predominantly surrounded around athletes, where you have insurance to go to physical therapy, you have certain amount of visits, different things like that. Your insurance run out, you kind of you have to kind of figure out the rest. Athletic trainers are either contracted through schools, hospitals, clinics, and instead of it being insurance based, depending on if you're not in the hospital, things like that, we work with you until we get you back to where you need to be at 100% or close to 100% as possible. And that's where I found the love for it. I was like, I could be around athletes and do medicine. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's a win-win.
Yeah, it's super dope, man. I tell everybody, you get the best seats in the house as an athletic trainer. I'm right there, front, on the court, on the field, like super dope. And just and as to kind of let everybody know, I did intern for the Jets. So being on NFL field, mind-boggling. Like it's super to be on the field with the players, the coaches, athletic training staff. It's I think one of the best experiences I've ever had leading up to where I'm at now. Personally.
Wow, Zah-Knee. So wow, you got a lot. You know what? Kudos to you, because you got a lot that you can fall back on. If one thing doesn't work out, you can go in a different direction. Not a lot of people can say that they have that, and that's awesome. That's really awesome. I'm not just saying that because I want to say it. I'm saying it because it is true. That's awesome. You have something to fall back on, and a lot of artists don't have anything to fall back on, and you have something to fall back on. So that's great, man. You get your education, and there's different things that you can do. You just don't have to stick to music, but music is your passion, and that's why you're here right now, and that's why you're doing what you do. You know what I mean? I don't even think I mentioned that you're from New Jersey. I think I just went right into the interview, and I didn't even say anything about New Jersey. I know you rep your peeps in between, but I was like, I didn't say anything about where she's from, anything at all. So I know she's from New Jersey, tri-state people. Elizabeth, to be exact.
Jersey, yes, sir.
Alrighty. And I'm like, when it comes to, I know you said Nova Soprano. No, a lot of people know who Nova Soprano is, especially people from, I noticed people from Sierra Leone have a lot of love for Nova. Yeah. And I tend to feel, what I did come to realize, especially about anyone with African descent. I mean, I have African descent, but I mean direct African descent. I find that the fan base follows them no matter where, and they support no matter where you are at a particular point in time. And for you, do you have any strands of anyone are associated to Sierra Leone as well?
Yeah, my father's side, we recently found out he and I can't say specifically where at in Sierra Leone that we want to dive more into, but we did recently find out that we are Sierra Leonean. So me personally, like knowing that, I felt, even closer, to the people in Sierra Leone, because I see how hard they go for, the people that I'm like, yo, like this is super dope. Now I could really tap in and really learn more
Yeah.
about, you know, my language, my culture, and that's something I want to continue to grow on. But yeah, like I'm still learning what on my mom's side. We waiting for some more information about that. But like yeah, definitely on my father's side, it's like full blown. It's crazy.
Uh, also, because you know what, I tend to like on some of the reactions I've did. You know what, a big respect to you because I'm saying this right now because there's a very small handful of people in terms of even though the numbers might not show big, like in terms of like when I react or when my boy Sean T reacts to particular, or bigger to Sean T, salute to you, my brother. When we do react, we know that people usually stick to names they follow, so they don't. It's very hard to persuade them to go and go and check out someone, especially if they don't know the person, unless you're a big influencer. But why I'm saying salute to you and kudos to you is because no matter what the numbers show, you still showed love. You still rap me, right? You still rated me. As much as I might not pull in a volume, you still rated me just because I show support and you show support back. So thank you very much for that. I had to get out of the way and tell you that. I am very appreciative of the support that you offer me as well, because I know the numbers aren't great, but you don't look at numbers.
Nah.
You just like the fact, if you got me, I got you too. And I respect that. Salute to you for that.
Always, man. And that's just, I feel like, you know, that's how I was raised, you know, you always look to give back, you know, to those who are opening pathways, like how, like you said, the numbers may not show, but you know, you opening up a lane for so many artists. You know, you too deserve to be, you know, appreciated. So that's just how I was raised. How you 100%. You already know.
Thank you, man. Because I find that I see a lot of Ceylon artist fan base are tapping into you now. I find as soon as they found out that you had some sort of connect to someone from Sierra Leone, they were like, "Yep, yeah, we checking her out." I see some comments like, "Yo, they definitely checking her out." That's one thing they can say. The fan base of Salon, if they find out that you have any link to Salon and you got the flow and everything already, man, they're gonna hold you down, and that's what they're doing, man. So awesome. So you have New Jersey people supporting you. We just don't want New Jersey. We want the whole United States and North America to support you. You know what I mean?
We coming.
But we coming. Yeah, you know, you start small and you grow from there. Zah-Knee, I know you were in a cipher.
Yeah.
And you won that cipher. Am I correct?
Yeah, the Ladies of Lyric cipher.
Yeah, how was that for you as an individual going into something like that? Because that cannot be easy, especially when you don't know who you're going up against.
Yeah, you know what? I really was looking for the experience to grow. Any platform that I could get on to build myself, to challenge me. I'm like all for it. So the fact that opportunity was there coming into the new year, I was like, oh, let's go. So honestly, it was amazing. The other female rappers were fire. They were dope. Everybody, you know, stuck to who they were. And that's something I really valued about each contestant, you know, like nobody tried to, you know, be somebody that they weren't. Everybody stuck to who they were. And each week was a different, like competition, like, right. So she was like, you know, 1 week we couldn't curse. 1 week we had to, like, you know, make sure we had this, whatever, like she would give us a word or something like that. We had to say that.
Nice.
Challenge, you know.
I like a concept, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, a concept each week. And I was like, yo, this is dope. You know, regardless of the outcome, I networked. You know, I tapped in with a bunch of other artists. Other people see me from just week by week. So there was so many more benefits to joining the competition. And again, I'm just super grateful that I won. I was like, oh, snap, like this is crazy. It was just overall a great feeling. Definitely boosted my confidence. You know, any I tell everybody, whoever's watching, like any way that you can, you know, grow and build your confidence, like do it. You just never know who you're gonna meet. And that's just what I was going in. And the fact that I came out with the win, it was like, all right, I'm on the right track. Let's keep it going. So that was like super dope. And shout out to Ladies of Lyric Cypher, Auntie. She's super dope. Always educating, you know, women in the rap game. Always, you know, giving advice and confidence to women who are coming up. And it's just super dope to see other women, what's the word? Like just helping out other women, you know, so
Yeah, yeah.
listen up our self-esteem.
We know there's a lot of female MCs out there, you know, a lot of very talented female MCs. So it's a very steep competition.
Right.
As someone trying to get into your music, like a new person now seeing you for the first time, what would you say makes you stand out different from the rest of the crowd?
Yeah. I would say my demeanor, right? I tell everybody, right? Um you either gonna gravitate towards my music or you not. Like I'm not fishing to force anybody to like my music. You know, you either gonna
Yeah,
pick and go, yo, I'm with it. Or you might say, yeah, you know, I'm not really feeling it. I feel like that separates me from a lot of people because I'm not going to again force myself down a lane to be likable in a sense where, you know, I want people to like Zah-Knee for who Zah-Knee is and then really tap in with Zah-Knee music and watch Zah-Knee grow from where she at to what she's about to be. Um and you know, just having that focus and again, I take from all type of people. I think that's what separates me too, right? So I look for feedback from everybody. I tell everyone good, bad, ugly, give it to me. Because I really enjoy constructive criticism. It really helps me grow. Like I look for it. You could be
yeah,
like, I'm not really feeling this. You could have added this. Bet. You know, the next time around, I'm gonna think about, you know, what the last person said or a bunch of other people, you know, the majority of what the feedback was. All right, let me tap
yeah.
in. But let me see. The worst thing is I could just be like, it didn't work. Best thing is, I grew from that. So I think that's what really separates me from, you know, a lot of the different artists. You know, I'm really in tune with who I am, and what I can bring. And you know, if you're accepting of that, you know, you gonna get some good stuff.
Awesome, awesome. Because you know what, I totally love what you said because I find like I'm not saying just females or just males. I
Yeah.
find like people try to go with what's happening now. I realize you don't do that. I notice like if the flow right now is see who could spit the fastest right now. You got like a thousand people trying to show that they can spit just as fast as the other person, right? And
Hmm.
I noticed that you're not. I mean, you can do that if you want, but
Yeah.
I notice you're not follow pattern anyone. You're just doing you. You're not
Mhm.
trying to like please anyone. Of course, you'll please the fans, bringing some things with substance. But I mean, you're not trying to go out there and like do things that you don't normally do. You're not trying to be part of that crowd that want to do the same thing that everybody else is doing. You just doing you, and I like the fact you're just doing you because man, I can be honest with you. God damn it, man. I listen to some of these hip hop songs. I mean, the guys' bars are lit. You see how I react to a
Yeah.
lot of these guys' tune. but there comes a point in time where I'm like, all right, now is everyone going to rap fast now? Because this is like getting a little bit the same thing. Yeah, everyone's going on a different beat, but the fast thing now, I'm like, all right, getting old. No one wants to back it down and slow it down. You know what I mean? Not
Yeah.
everyone can catch bars, to be
Right.
honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and no one, and not everyone has to be complicated either. Because
Right.
everyone's trying to, not everyone, but a lot of people are trying to be complicated in what they're trying to say. Everyone's trying to outdo each other in terms of being complicated. I noticed that a lot. Like, who can get most complicated and who can figure out what I just said? You don't do that.
That's crazy. But yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. And it's really
You
like in
don't.
the game, man, like separating yourself. What I tell everybody, as far as my music go, I be like, you know, I'm abstract. I don't have a lane. I don't want a lane. I really,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I just wanna make music. And if you like it, come on. You know, that's just who I've been. I think sports play a part with that too. Like I said, I play basketball. Part of being on
Yeah.
the team, you know, is making decisions, right? So it's like, yo, you gonna be down with this play or you not, you know, and that's just how that's how I think about music, man. So I agree with you. You know, it's if people feel like they need to tap into a lane to get some fans, listen, I'm not mad at them if they got to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They got it's a business at the end of the day. So if you got to do something to get noticed, hey, you know, handle your handle. But also, I think one thing, the biggest advice I was given was, you know, have your morals, have things that you stand by, and you know, and don't let nobody break you down or tear you down of what your standards are, what you go by. You know what I mean? So if
Yeah.
it violates that, I'm not with it.
Man, I'm loving this interview. To be
Yeah,
honest, man, yeah, I'm loving this interview, man. Like, how did you actually officially say, "Yeah, I'm going to link with Interstate Runners record"? How did that happen?
Man, Mr. Nova Soprano saw me rap. He saw me on the page, and everybody apparently was messaging him like, "Yo, we didn't know she rapped. You gotta get her. You gotta get her." And he was like, "Yo, relax, I got it." And he called me. He invited me to a studio session. Like I said, never been to a studio. Never knew what one looked like. So I come into this building. And I just hear a beat playing. He's rapping. It was his session at the time. But like the minute I walked into that studio session, I fell in love with whatever music entailed. I was like, this is phenomenal. How do I do this? You know what I mean? And he really just kind of came in and really took me under his wing. Again, we were friends prior to music, but like, you know, blood couldn't make us closer. And I just started going to sessions with him, and what really solidified it, we did Where Bars Meet Beat, shout out to their platform. We went and he put my name down in a competition without me knowing. But mind you, so I'm like, you know, we was doing like a little cipher, and I was just, you know, rapping, and Andy came over to me and was like, "Yo, are you in a competition?" And I'm like, "No." And Nova was like, "Yes, she is." So I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I ended up winning that competition.
Wow. Awesome.
I ended up winning that. Yep. Yeah, it's crazy because I haven't mentioned that in any other interview. I ended up winning that. And I had no music. Like, none recorded.
Nothing.
Like I had no music. So the whole time I'm like, you know, I'm chatting with Nova. He's like, I owed him $10 because he paid for me to come into the event. He was like, "Man, I'm not worried about the $10. You have no music. We need to get you recording." And that's kind of like how Interstate runs. It was already developed prior to me coming, but like that's how I really like, you know, got on board and just, you know, took off from there. So it's been, you know, ever since.
Awesome. You know what? I'm here smiling too because I'm like, I glad I decided to ask you that because I think I did something that a lot of people didn't get to ask you for you to say.
Yep.
Yeah, because Nova's phenomenal, man. I mean, if you cross that guy's path, you're asking for trouble. But at the same time, but at the same time, you know, another reason why I like Nova as an individual, he can take constructive criticism really well. He doesn't get upset. He will listen to your point, and not that he has to follow or has to like say, I'm going to do something or change something, but if you say something like, for instance, if I told him about, I don't really agree with you saying that, or he doesn't take it to heart. He takes it in and he understands because everyone is entitled to opinion. And it isn't different. It isn't like you're trying to be personal. You're just saying an opinion. And I got a lot of respect for Nova, man. Not just the artist, but as an individual. Big up to Nova Soprano, man. Salute to you, my brother. Salute to you, man.
Amen,
man, Zah-Knee, I'm so glad that right now I'm still glad that I getting this opportunity to talk to you. It's great right now, and I'm glad to be talking to you. Was the interview your first true album?
Yep, the interview. Yep.
How was that received? How did the audience receive the interview?
Personally, feedback wise, because I like I said, I had to everybody give me, you know, their constructive criticism. Everybody really was like, I enjoyed it. They even loved a couple of the tracks that like to me, you know, for it being my first project, I really was just looking for like, you know, to see, all right, where am I gonna have like, you know, most of the majority of my audience, you know, who's gonna like it, who's gonna adapt to it. Stat wise, I believe the last time I checked, I had predominantly men adapt to my music last time I checked. It was like when I looked at the pie chart, it was like a more percentage of men And it was like, I think second was teenagers, third was like women. But it was like, it was
Hmm.
crazy. It was super dope to see that for it being my first project. A lot of people enjoyed it. They loved the bars.
Yeah.
And it was versatile. You know, it was real different. They were like, yo, you know, I wasn't expecting this from you. You had upbeat, you had bars, you had inspiration. So I think
Yeah.
overall, for it being my first project, like I'm very proud of what I did. And I don't know if you know, but it took me 3 times to record this project.
Oh,
And
really?
it took me, Jig, when I tell you, the first time I recorded it, the studio we were at, their hard drive, something happened. So that was a learning lesson for me, to always keep a backup hard drive.
Yeah.
You know, trial and error. I mean, to anybody who's been doing music, you know, that's like, well, second nature. But that for me, that experience was, man, now I know. Second
Yeah.
time, the other studio I was at, something happened. I think there was like a fire, and not that all the drives got messed up, but we just had to delay it. So I was like, I'm not about to, you know, I didn't want to
Yeah.
rush it
Force
because
it.
they had to
Yeah.
handle what they needed to. And then the third time around, I really, because my sound kept developing over time, so I didn't want to take the old sound. After like, I think it was like 2 months, I waited 2 to 3 months. I was like, yo, I sound different. So I re-recorded everything. It was just crazy, but I learned so much through that process. And now this next project, Zah-Knee World,
Yeah.
like,
Relate, huh?
you doesn't even compare, man.
Before I jump into the Queen's Melody, I just must say that one of my favorite tracks was the one with you, and you know who I always talking about, Il Nada. I like that track. Like when you guys are talking, you guys dealing with the same man.
Same dude. That's that track.
I like that track, man. I like that track. And Il Nada, salute to you as well. She has an album out too.
Yeah, she just dropped Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, Rookie of the Year, man.
Yeah, sis, man.
Yeah, another dope MC for sure. But when it comes to like Queen's Melody, which I must say again, thank you very much for inviting me to the sit down or sit in, man. Big up to you, and man, I love every bit of it, man. And it's good to see people live reaction to a song.
Right.
Because then you get to know who's really feeling what, and being able to respond to you at the same time in real time. That was a great idea of you having a lot of us being able to sit down and say, yeah, we like that one. Yeah, we feeling that one, man. I was rocking all the way, man. For sure, man. So for those who don't know, you can see the website right there. That one link will put you straight on to Zah-Knee's website, and you'll be able to go and click on the links for her Spotify, and what's the other one as well? There's an AudioMack, right?
Yep, AudioMack, SoundCloud is where I have those platforms, like you said, my Spotify account and then my Apple Music account.
Yeah, so you guys go right there, click on that. No, don't click on that. Sorry, go and type it in, because you might click on it like, this ain't working, Jiggzy. What are you talking about? Go and type it in, and just go and check out the website, man. She has other content there, and you can go and follow her on Instagram as well. So let me get back to Queen's Melody. Like, what made you feel like you should have done that mixtape?
I was in the process of recording Zah-Knee World, and like you said, you hear a difference in my tonality, a difference in just my my confidence level. So I was like, I don't want people to keep reverting back to a sound that's not where I'm at anymore. You know, I've grown, and with that, I was like, you know, when I was talking to my team, I said, you know, I feel like something is missing. I wanna put something out. Again, that kind of showcase I've made progress, and I'm working. So we was like, all right, let's do a mixtape. And you know, again, it was hard to choose out of all of the women, you know what I'm saying, that paved the way for this game. You know, we chose the top 7: Eve, Missy Elliott, Queen Latifah, Little Kim, Nicki Minaj, Lauryn Hill, and Missy Elliott. Did I say Missy Elliott twice?
Yeah,
I did. I feel like I did.
Yeah, I think you did.
Queen Latifah. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yes, I was
yeah.
like, I feel like I said
Cumulative.
right. But yeah, so we took those, and I really, again, I wanted to pay homage, but I wanted to do it in a way that represented Zah-Knee.
Yeah.
And with that, again, it gave people that feel okay. Oh, like you said, I hear you. Like, you sound different. Okay, I'm liking the vibes, and it's
Yeah.
setting everybody up for what Zah-Knee World is about to like really bring. And when I tell you, the diversity on this next album it's wild.
Nice. Nice. Awesome, man. Because I'm looking forward to hearing. I'm looking forward to hearing when that album releases. Like when I listened to the Queen's Melody,
Yeah.
man, it was like nostalgia because there's a lot of old throwback beats in there that had me like, yeah, I was rocking. I was like, yeah, I hear this one for a long time. Yes, man.
I appreciate it, man. And yo, it's crazy because I just let the beat tell me what it want me to say. Like it's really hard to explain, but when I catch a rhythm, it's like I feel like Michael Jackson sometimes, and he be like, yeah, I be doing that when I'm writing. It's so crazy.
Like, with your writing, as you said, you just talk about writing. Did you like when you hear a beat, that means that you just have it like that. It just comes like that. Well, it would have to. Okay, you're in a cipher. God damn it, you would have had to comes naturally. But do you think not the bars, talking about the hooks, when the hooks hit you, do you already have the hooks, or you have the bars before you hit the hook?
Honestly, for me, it really depends on the beat sometimes. Or randomly, if I'm like just humming something, I'll find a cadence, or like I said, I'll sing a hook. So it like really depends on like where I'm at or what I'm doing. But 9 times out of 10, I hear the beat first, then I'll start to hum or harmonize, and then I'll have my hook. Because it's, for me personally, it's so. I'm really blessed as far as like how fast and how easy bars kind of come to me. Like I don't really struggle or have writer block, and I think it's because school helped out a lot with that personally, because you're writing papers for days. You're trying to figure out a thesis, and part of my graduate school process, we had throughout graduate school I had research projects, so I was always searching up information. And that kind of, I got into a mode where, because I've seen so much information all the time, I always had something to talk about. So that's just like, and I still continue that method, and if you don't know, for anybody out there, I teach as well. I'm a teacher. So I have to have content for my students every week. So having content is not hard for me because I have to come up with it. It's part of my job. So
what you see now, now for those who don't know, well, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I honestly didn't know you're a teacher.
I'm a teacher as well. Yeah, it's part of my occupation. So I'm a teacher. I'm an athletic trainer. And I do strength and conditioning training on the side. So like that's my occupation outside of music. That's my hustle. Yeah. That's my hustle.
She said occupation. That should be occupations. You have so much. Oh man, you got a lot,
man.
Man. You have. Go ahead.
My method is, I want to do it while I have the time, the energy. In the future, before I settle down, different things like that. And I just figure like, wherever I can get a bag, I'm gonna go get it to funnel my passion, and that's why I tell everybody, like, you don't have to give up on your dreams, and even if you have a family, you don't have to give up on your dreams. You just have to modify a way of how you're gonna do it, but don't stop. You know what I mean? Like, don't stop. And that's why I work so much and work so hard, because it's like, stay in your rhythm, stay in your mode. It's gonna pay off. And like me, it's going through school fast. Like I started, I graduated. You know what I'm saying? So that's just life, man. Like I said, I like money, so I'm gonna work hard for it. And I like nice things, so my parents ain't gonna buy it for me. I got it.
Yeah, that hunger, man. As you say, let's eat, man. That hunger in you, man. Yeah, man. That hunger in you is what keeps you motivated. You want to get the things you want to get. You got to work hard for it. A lot of young people don't even know that nowadays. They think everything is supposed to come easy, right?
Man.
Everything is come easy, but with hard work, you'll see the benefits, especially when you work hard for it. man,
Mm-hmm.
you will make sure you hang on to that shit because you work hard for it. If it comes easy, you can easily let it go. But once you work
Right.
hard for it, you're gonna continue pushing and pushing and pushing, man. So kudos for you, man. Kudos to you for all that you've done and for all that you're doing, man. I
Respect.
still didn't know that this woman was a teacher.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah. That's another thing. Yo, you getting all the juice right now because I don't think I get that
yeah.
on any other platform either. But yeah, it's like I said, man. Like for me, I don't think of well, I've always, being raised, I was always told when you love something, it's not work, and I feel like me doing all of those occupations, I just tapped into like you could really be and do whatever you want in this world.
Yeah.
Cause like, what I'm saying, I'm doing it and I'm doing music. So it's like, ain't no excuses. If you really want it, you gonna make time for it. I'm gonna tell you that.
Correct. And that's
Mhm.
for all the things that you mentioned in this interview. I don't know how you. I really don't. Well, it's motivation, is the hunger in you. So I was actually going to say, I don't know how you do it, but I was talking about the balance. You know, to balance those things. For me, listening to you say that, it sounds crazy how you're balancing all this stuff. Like, how is she really doing this, man? That just shows
Mhm.
that how organized you are and you know what you want and whatever you're going to get, you're going to go after it, man.
Right.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, that's crazy, man. I'm learning a lot of information that I didn't know, and I
Mhm.
know a lot of my viewers too are learning some information about you. And you guys should go over to her Instagram and go and follow her there because she's always posting content over there, man. Definitely go and check her out. And you did make a cover on a magazine as well, didn't you?
Yes, yes. Shout out to YV Hip Hop Magazine. Shout out to Leo, my manager, for definitely making that happen. That was like the icing on the cake for me too. It was so surreal, you know what I mean? So like, and I have the physical hard copy, but like to see myself on the cover of a
Yeah.
magazine, I'm like, I gotta keep going. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's that confidence, it's that reassurance. You on the right track. You'll keep going. The
Yeah.
little things matter. To anybody who's just getting started with music, whatever it is you're doing, yo, like keep going. It is so worth it. And ask questions. I feel like a lot of people don't ask questions, either
No.
because they fear someone not giving them the information, or you got to do some extra work to go find it. I'm one, and Nova will tell you. I will ask a question. How did you
Mhm.
get that? What do you do? You just you never know. People will either direct you, or you gotta, we got the
Yeah.
internet right in our hands. I'll go search. So it's like, you gotta just do it. Like I say, let's eat. You gotta go get it.
Yeah,
Get your
you
plate
gotta
full.
go. Yeah, you definitely gotta go and get it. Now I know we talk about Queen's Melody and the new album that's gonna come out. Do you have a set date for it?
Not yet. And I say that because I'm one that I don't like when people make me promises and they don't hold up to them. I be like, ah. So I don't want to make a promise to anybody who support me. I am working on an ideal date, but right now we focused on the single "Get to the Money."
Mhm.
Definitely is coming soon, sometime in
Awesome.
June. That's all I can tell y'all. It's coming. Be on the lookout. Check out my YouTube if you want a synopsis of because I performed it at Cream Studios with my dancers at the time. So like, definitely tap in there. You could check the song out. But like, yo, this single, man, I'm just excited for it in general. Like it's super dope. So that's what we're working on right now. Just working the
Yeah.
single. And then eventually, when the album is ready to be released, you already know you getting a call. You already on it. But yeah,
Thanks,
man,
man.
it's gonna be like, I have no date yet, but
Mhm.
it's coming. It's coming.
Awesome. Great. Because I like what you said. That's why I did this. Because I'm like that. I hold on to people's word, man. If you tell me that you're going to get it to me this day, and for me, communication is the goddamn key. A lot of
Mm,
people fail in communications. I
yeah.
mean, you be telling people, even if you can't get something done, or even if it's not going to work out, just don't leave people hanging.
Yeah.
Just at least call and say, or text or message. Everyone always on their phone. You can easily say, "Hey, I can't do it right now. Just
Right.
give me a little bit more time." Like communication nowadays is ridiculous. But yeah, man, I understand what you said. I hang on to every word people say. If you promise me
Mhm.
a day, I ain't gonna be looking for that day.
That's
So if it
right.
doesn't happen, I'm gonna be very, very disappointed. You know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah, and you have every right to be. You know, because it's like, you know, you set an expectation. It's like, you know, they don't follow through. You're like, what are you doing? So like I said, I know I take things like that to the heart as well. Even growing up, when, you know, as little as, you know, one of my aunts said, "Hey, I'm taking you to the movies," and then I'm ready to go, and they not here. It's like, yo, what are you doing? So yeah, ever since then, man, I'm like, all right, you know, if I'm gonna, you know, I want to hold myself accountable and make sure, you know, I give people what I say I'm going to give them, because I want to be held valid. You know what I mean? So that's just, you know how that is. Yeah.
So when it comes to like, I don't know if you can, or you'll tell me if you can't, but can you mention any features, or is this album just you? Any features that you can mention that's going to be on the album?
Nah, that's definitely on it. And one of the interstate runners. I'm gonna just throw that out there.
Leave it there.
Speculate. Yep. But Nada's definitely on it. And then the rest is all Zah-Knee, man. It's all Zah-Knee. I wanted to tap in. I really, because my first album, The Interview, I had predominantly features. So I really wanted to harp in on who I was, what I could do, how well I could branch out to different avenues. And I'm really like proud of myself and how I was able to tap in and like just lock in, and the outcome that I have, like, I'm just super excited for everybody to hear it. And what I can say about this album, you're gonna be like, how is this the same artist? That's what's like mind blowing. I do not sound the same on none of my songs. That's what's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I can with no particular order, I'm gonna ask you about rap hip hop artists right now.
Okay.
I know it's hard because sometimes you tell people I'm going to ask you to name your top 5 female artists, and then I'm going to ask you to name your top 5. No particular order, so no pressure in thinking of who you should put 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Who is your top 5 female artists of all time?
Of all time, artists in general. All right.
Hey, artists in general, yeah.
All right, I got Beyonce, Little Kim, MC Lyte, damn,
yeah,
Missy Elliott, and Whitney Houston.
Awesome.
Gotta go with that.
That's an awesome list. That's an awesome list, man. I you know, saying I'm talking to you and now thinking about it, I definitely see a lot of MC like you in you.
Yeah.
I think it's your not that your flow, not your flow or anything like that. I think it's your persona. It's just something about you that says MC Lyte for some reason or the other.
Yeah.
When I came to notice that MC Lyte was one of your favorites, I was like, yeah, there's something about you that I see MC Lyte. I don't know what it is right now, but it's some sort of energy that you give off that I feel the MC Lyte for sure.
Respect.
When it comes to male now, like who is I could say one for sure because you already mentioned him, Michael Jackson.
Yep.
Yeah, the other 4. Who was the other 4 in your list?
Other 4, all right, I got Tupac for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Let me think. You know what? Like, actually, that's kind of now recent. Jonah Lucas, man, he's fire. He's just dope. Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole.
What? Listen, when you said Kendrick Lamar, right? I'm like in my mind, is she gonna say J. Cole? Bam! Yeah. You said it. Because you know, when I talk, like, for instance, like when I talk to like hip hop artists from my birth country, Barbados, and a lot of people don't even realize that Barbados have hip hop artists, but they really do have a lot of talented guys. They always like the names that I keep hearing a lot will be Kendrick. It's always a battle between Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole all the time. Those names always, of course, they're gonna say Biggie and Tupac. Like that comes automatic. But when it comes to J. Cole, they always say J. Cole or it's either Kendrick Lamar. Like there's a thing going on there, man, for sure. But would you be willing to? I mean, of course, it's going to be a management thing, but would you ever consider linking up with artists outside of United States, like artists from, let's say, Barbados, Caribbean artists, or African artists? Would you be willing to do something like that if
Oh
that
yeah.
opportunity ever comes?
Yeah, me personally, I have, you know, I'm open to working with whoever want to work. Like
Yeah.
I told you, I like getting to the bag. So, whoever like getting to the bag, want to make some dope music, I'm open to it, man. I don't really have, at least how I think, you know, I value everybody's creativity,
Yeah.
because you learn. It don't matter who, you just learn from whoever, and as long as their energy is positive, and they have a work ethic, I'm down to work with anybody who want to eat. That's just that, I'm with it.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear. I've already been like to some people I've been talking to and stuff. And when I asked them, like, for instance, I just talk about Barbados and stuff, right? And hip hop.
Hmm.
And Barbados is like a country that has only like under 300 and something thousand people. It's a Caribbean island. So Caribbean people are more into like reggae, dancehall, and soca music. Hip
Hmm.
hop isn't like the biggest thing. So there's a very small pocket of them, but the small pocket of hip hop artists in Barbados, they're really talented.
Mm.
And the ones that I'm associated with, I always mention like people I mentioned, tell them to go and check out. I said check out, like, I mean, other than the standard African people that I react to, I would say
Right.
like you gotta go and check out an artist called Zah-Knee. You gotta check out Il Nada. You
Respect.
gotta check out Zakisha Brown. I tell them to go and
Alright.
check those, go and check out those ladies, man. And some of them already did, and they're like, "Wow, I'm feeling," because it's different. You
Mm.
guys, it's very different. It's not like the typical thing that they're accustomed hearing. Because one thing, and don't get me wrong, when it comes to female artists,
Yeah.
there's a lot of female artists singing what we in the Caribbean would say slackness, right?
Mm.
And not everyone is into to that style. I mean, if you want to do that, that's fine, but
Right.
not everyone is into that style. So the ones that I am associated with, they're more into what you guys present, the style that you guys have, and the content and the substance that you guys have. They're
Mm.
more into what you guys do. So a lot of them already fall in love with you guys and are already following you guys on Instagram. So that's why I toss up that one. But if you'll be willing to work with anyone, if
Oh
they ever ask the question.
yeah, man. Respect, and I appreciate that, man. Like I said, I'm down. Like I said, I want to learn from whoever I can learn from, and vice
Yeah.
versa. That's definitely.
Oh, awesome. Now, Zah-Knee, any more competitions? Any more competitions that you're going to enter, or you're just focusing now on just the album?
Well, the album is actually complete.
Yeah,
We
it's
we
just things I have to do.
Yeah, it's more so just kind of getting these singles ready. Now
Mhm.
if a competition um opens up, because I really want to get on rhythm and flow, the four, like I want to do those type of competitions. But again, if any other competitions are available, I'm open to it while I'm still prepping for like my singles. But the world is opening back up, so I don't even. It's crazy because like how I was telling you, I have like the bookings is crazy, but like I said, good crazy.
Yeah.
So with that, it's kind of can I do those competitions and still make sure I get to the
Yeah.
bookings at the same time. So it really depends on where I'm at the time being. But again, if any platforms open, I'm down. As long as it doesn't clash with me
What
dropping
your
my
book?
singles. Or again, if the rhythm and flow want to open back up, tonight, let's do this. Whoever. If I could sing, I would do the voice. I want all of them platforms. But if they turn into a rap, yeah, look, I'm on there. But yeah, I'm open to whatever competitions that are about to open, whatever it is. Yeah, like I'm with it.
No. I will say this. The reason why I asked that question is just to show people, or to let people understand that she's not a studio artist. It's just
Yeah.
to show you that you are not afraid to take up the mic and battle someone. That you like. It just comes naturally. I know, like for some, and that's not to criticize people that just need a studio to do their stuff. I'm just saying that you're just naturally gifted to just take up a mic and just go like that. I mean, you're not afraid to go up against anyone, which is phenomenal because you don't have a lot of people willing to. They might drop some hot tracks, but they're not willing to go there and say, "Let me go face to face against someone else." That cannot be the easiest thing to do. And kudos to you for being able to do that. That's really talented. And I know you did a show last night, didn't you, or something? You had a show or
Yeah,
to do
it
last.
was shout out to Live Mondays. Yeah, I was at their pop-up shop. I actually have some footage I'll actually be dropping sometime next week, so everybody can check it out on my Instagram, and I'll put it on my YouTube. I tend to put like everything that I do on Instagram, partially, and then like fully on YouTube. So like, yeah, the footage will be coming out next week. I don't have a date yet, but I'll let everybody know.
All right, awesome. Well, I know I can't believe I'm the same man that just got here like an hour ago and said, well, you know, people don't like to watch interviews for an hour. And I just, I'm here like looking at the time like, wait, we just talked past an hour. And I'm the same guy that just said people don't like watching interviews for an hour. And we just went past it, man. Damn it. But it's all good because it wasn't boring at all. Right. And I don't think anyone would find this boring because it was insightful. It shows that your character, it shows that you're multi-talented and you're able to balance so many different things. When it comes to being professional, when it comes to your education background and everything, and you being a teacher and the whole 9 yards, a lot of people get to learn that Zah-Knee is not just an artist, man. They get to learn that there's a lot more to you than just Zah-Knee, the artist. There's
respect.
Multiples of layers of you, man, for sure. So I'm not I'm not even going to take back the whole hour thing, but I'm glad that I was able to sit down and talk to you for an hour. Zah-Knee, has been great talking to you. I get to learn a lot more about you that I didn't know before. I'm still caught up on the whole teacher thing because I really didn't know that for sure. I didn't know a lot of stuff actually, and a lot of stuff that you got to mention that you probably never got to mention in an interview. So I'm very grateful to have you on. So thank you very much for coming on your busy schedule. You're a very busy person. Thank you very much for coming on, Zah-Knee. Thank you very, very much.
I appreciate the platform. You know, like my man said, you can follow me at official_XANIWORLD. And just real quick shout out to Interstate Runner Records. Leo, my manager, Jig, definitely you, my family, and all of my supporters. You know what I mean? We working, we coming. Let's see.
Yeah, let's eat, man. That's exactly what she says all the time. Let's eat, man. Guys, follow her on Instagram, follow her on YouTube. I'll make sure I put the links in the description box below this video. Zah-Knee, thank you very much for coming on. I really do appreciate it. And we will touch base, man. I always checking out your stuff anyway, but we would definitely, and I would love to have you come on like after the album and after you got a little bit more space, or hell, man, you might get even busier after this album drop. You never know. But hopefully I get to link up with you again. No matter what, I will always be at your side. I'll always keep following and I'll always keep staying tuned on what you have to offer, man. Thank you very much, Zah-Knee.
Da 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 da, ay, da 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 da, ay, da 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 da, ay.